Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, the original creator of the FolkArt one-stroke painting technique. Welcome to the Let's Paint Studio right here at Plaid. Learning to paint has never been as easy as when I teach you how to load a brush with multiple colors where you can blend, shade, and highlight with one stroke of the brush. Our new program with Let's Paint FolkArt One Stroke this year is going to be all about learning how to paint 50 different types of flowers. And as you can imagine, 50 flowers makes the possibility endless to be able to paint floral designs. I'm thrilled that you've chosen to join me on this one-stroke journey. So let's paint. Today's flower is a marigold, and we are using our reusable teaching guides which have all the 50 flowers on it. This one's marigold, and we're using FolkArt multi-surface. So when we're using the multi-surface, I want you to know that the colors today are going to be apple red, moon yellow, wicker white, citrus green, and sap green. Now we're going to make the stalks like this, but we're going to turn this over and practice right on this sheet and this reusable teaching guide, and it's got a coating on it so you can paint over and over. And these are my actual size strokes. So as you're practicing, you can do my stroke and wipe it off so it's like I'm right there with you. Now the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put some stems up in here, and then we come back after we paint our flowers and do all the greenery, okay? But we need to get some stems in there first. So when I'm working with you on the stems, I'm just going to show you that I'm going to grab on a dampened brush that I have taken and dried off the excess moisture. I'm in my double loader over here. I'm splitting that brush to pick up both colors to double load, all right? And this, I just want you to try it right here and see if you got the right color. And we will come back and practice that a little bit, those leaves, a little bit later. And I've got the wipes that we're going to wipe this off, or a wet paper towel, and we'll come back and practice. So the first thing that we're going to do to get ready for those flowers is I'm going to put on the chisel, so there's the chisel, we're going to do a long stem, and so we start straight on the chisel, but we lift the corner so that we have a thin stem for the main stem. And then I'm going to have another one over here and another one over here. We will also put stems when we do our leaves, but for right now, that's all the green that I want to put on here. And then, so the next thing we do is we practice the marigold. And I love these bright color flowers in my garden. So I want you to see that when we pick this up, we're going to be doing the moon yellow. So I really want it on the tips, but it's not half and half. So you split this brush where it's 2/3 red, apple red, and 1/3 moon yellow. Okay, so it gets an orange tint to it by using the red. And I'm going to keep picking up yellow till it gets just right. All right, so I come right here to see if I'm happy with the shade. Looks pretty good. And this is a stroke that you're going to do over and over and over. So you're going to start right here, and we're just going to wiggle it a little bit to get, see right here, wiggle a little bit up and down to get some movement on the tips. Now, as I'm doing this, I want you to see, like, here's one, here's two, and I have it all numbered for you so you know where to go next. And as you're practicing this, you have to realize that we're going to do wet on wet because we're going to do layers on here. This is the first layer, or I would say like a skirt. And then we're going to come right back in here and pick up fresh paint, and we're going to do a shorter layer. See, that layer is big, I mean that petal's larger, this one's shorter. So this layer goes right in here, and you don't have to let it dry. You just go right back over here and do the next row. All right, and you're going to pick up. This is real smooth, and it gives you the idea how it feels when you're painting on glass. So practice by putting enough paint on an ornament or on a piece of glass, and you will see that you'll have, instead of it going away, it'll be a nice stroke. Okay, so that's the second row, and then there's a third row. And so to do that third row, I'm going to pick up more paint, and I'm just going to do a little bit with the corner of the brush. I'm not putting the whole brush down. All right, and then I just take my script liner, my 2 script liner, and pull little yellow pieces into this, okay? All right, so you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, pull those little pieces in there. Now, what's going to happen here is it's a side view, and I like side views because they look really pretty with the stem on it. But we do the same thing. We have 1, 2, pick up fresh yellow, 3, 4, and then 6 and 7 are down there. And then we put the green base on there. And it reminds me of a carnation the way it is, the way you form it, but different petals, okay? So we're going to wipe this off. Wasn't that fun? It was actually like really pretty, really quick, okay? And so we're going to put this right here, and let's pick up the colors again, apple red, moon yellow, and then work it in right over here. And you'll see that I keep picking up the moon yellow, even though I want most of the brush, the apple red. All right, so the first one's way up here. I'm going to start in here, and I'm going to go around. And this one should be the largest one, or they can all kind of, a couple of them the same size. There we go. What helps me is I can go and do the next row. So you want to be able to see the red. And then pick up the yellow to go on the second row. Now make sure you come out here far enough so that you have room to do the third row. Third row is just the yellow of the brush. Okay, now we're going to do one more of that. Now we're going to do a profile, a side view, so you'll see right in here it's yellow, moon yellow, and white. Okay, and so this is what makes this real pop, is that we put both these colors, and it looks like a real pretty center. I think the leaves made this really pretty. All right, so see how the leaves all lay in there? So the first thing I do with this flower is the side view or the profile, I come in here and do the trumpet, and then I pull these little green stems right there. The green, so it looks like it's choppy around the base of that flower. Okay, so this is the same leaf color that we were talking about earlier. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to make this really small. I'm barely touching this brush, and then I'm pulling a stem into it. All right, and so what you're going to practice is coming straight out from here. You can do one side, or you might can just do one side, or you could do two-sided. So two-sided, it means you come up this way and you do the other side. just like this. We're going to practice up, and sometimes you can come down, or you're going to practice up and then flip it and do the other side. All right. So let's put these in there because they make it really pretty. I'm putting the leaves here so I remember what all I'm doing. Okay, and I'm going to come down here. And that's the trumpet to this flower, the base. Okay, so I'm going to come right here and put that side stem. I'm going to come a little bit longer. Okay, now let's put in the stems for these leaves. So I think they're so pretty. There's one. We have a little one right here. We have one out here. And then one right there. Okay, so I want to show you. I want to get this first one done and then show you how we do the rest. Okay, so then we come out here. And they're about the same size. It's not like the leaves are going to get larger and larger like sometimes they do. Now down here, I want to go downward. And all you do is now clean this up by going right down the middle again. There we go. So now let's fill in the rest of them. Okay, done. I had so much fun today sharing how easy it is to paint these flowers. They turned out gorgeous. Remember, practicing on the reusable teaching guides right over my strokes gives you so much painting confidence. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. And remember, we just learned one more of the flowers from the A to Z one-stroke floral painting sets. And I would love for you to take pictures and share them on our Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group by hashtagging Let's Paint Challenge. Come on, everybody, let's paint.